Hey guys, welcome back to CLOWNFISH TV. This is Kneon. We're gonna talk about movie theaters and the crisis that they're finding themselves in because of the shutdown. Yeah, I know it's been kind of a bad news day. We didn't do any videos yesterday, didn't want to bum people out on Easter, but we're gonna talk about the dire situation that Hollywood has found itself in, and that AMC Theatres is probably going to go out of business or file for Chapter 11. Would not surprise me if they got bought up by another party. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about Cinemark having to raise a debt offering. Everybody in Hollywood is doing this now. Disney's doing it. Other companies are doing it, where they're basically going to the debt market, maxing out those credit cards, I guess, in an attempt to stay in business, stay afloat until the coronavirus situation blows over. It's just bad. We're going to talk about movies that have been moved, dates that have been moved, including some Disney movies. You know, Disney's not going to see any more money from theatrical releases for months. We don't know what's going to happen, but it is absolute chaos. Hollywood has been the hardest hit sector, I think, with the shutdown, because it's a non-essential. And I think maybe Hollywood, if nothing else, is going to learn a little perspective that they are a non-essential at the end of the day, despite the fact that they want to preach to people and they want to use their platform to kind of control the narrative, and they have been doing this for a number of years. I think Hollywood is going to be humbled and forever changed by everything going on right now. So before we get into the video, please subscribe for more pop culture, news, views, and rants, guys. We're at about 107,000 subs. Thank you for the support. We really appreciate it, especially now. And we're glad we can still talk to you guys. You know, wherever you may be, if you're still at work or you're at home, hopefully we can inform and entertain you. And we definitely appreciate the support. So Hollywood, unemployment is rampant. Yeah, you think so? It's pretty bad. I mean, so many productions have shut down. That people are out of work. The movie industry has basically ground to a halt. Now, animation seems to be doing okay because you don't need people on set, to do that. But Hollywood is definitely in a bad place right now. You know, AMC, which was not doing that well before the shutdown, is teetering on the brink at this point. This is coming from the Hollywood Reporter. Geeky sent it over this morning. AMC Theatres downgraded over minimal liquidity options as stock tumbles. Let's go see what their stock looks like. Oh, damn. $2 a share? Is that right? What? It's down to $2 a share. AMC is $2 a share. Down from $16 a share, which wasn't even that great. Where was it? It used to be $30 a share just a couple of years ago. It was over $30 a share, and then it dropped off and dropped off, and now we're down to $2. $2 a share for AMC. That is bad. Okay, so we no longer see value in maintaining positions in AMC shares at this point. $2 a share. B. Riley FBR analyst Eric Wold wrote in a note, with Wall Street judging a Chapter 11 bankruptcy filing for AMC Theatres increasingly likely, analyst Eric Wold on Monday recommended investors sell off stock in the exhibition giant. We continue to believe that AMC has minimal liquidity options to make it through an extended theatrical shutdown period, even with the recently reported decision to no longer pay rent on its theaters. Wow. Shares in AMC Entertainment Holdings were trading in the mid-afternoon Monday, down 52 cents or 20% to $2.08 on the stock exchange. And they point out, in a twist of irony here, that AMC is predominantly owned by Chinese conglomerate Wanda Group. They own a majority voting state. They've been looking for various ways to reduce costs, furloughing all of its 600 corporate employees, including the CEO, in late March. I remember watching an interview on CNN, and they said they had virtually no income. There's no income coming in at all. We don't know when movie theaters are going to open. And, all these studios are scrambling to move the opening dates of all these movies. They're pushing back 6 months or a year. Will there be any movie theaters open to play the movies at? I know around here, it's mostly AMC Theatres, and they're toast. Absolutely toast. Wold cited a New York Post story indicating AMC was in talks to hire a bankruptcy law firm. The analyst echoed earlier share price downgrades for AMC Theatres and pointing to a high debt load that made a restructuring of the company's balance sheet a mounting challenge. The company is worthless. AMC is worthless, is what they're trying to say. On Monday, they further downgraded the AMC Entertainment stock to sell and reduced his share price target from $3.50 a share to 25 cents. 25 cents. While we were clearly on the wrong side of the trade by maintaining a buy rating up to the initial downgrade on 3/18, we no longer see value in maintaining positions in AMC shares at this point. So they're going to hire, now let's see. I don't know if they're going to liquidate, if they're going to do a chapter 7 or they're going to do a chapter 11. I could see AMC being lucrative to whoever's left standing after the shutdowns, maybe Netflix, maybe Amazon, somebody like that. Disney's not gonna be able to buy jack shit at this point, but this is bad. AMC is the largest theater chain in the country and they've been snapped. But it's not just AMC that's having problems. Cinemark had to raise money too. Now, we don't have very many Cinemarks around here, mostly AMC. The fresh cash follows Fitch Ratings and Moody's downgrading the exhibition giant's credit rating. Cinema theater chain Cinemark Holdings has gone to the debt market for fresh cash amid the coronavirus pandemic. Of course they have. Everybody's dipping into that debt market, including Disney. The exhibition giant on Monday said it has launched a private offering for $250 million in senior secured notes due 2025. The move follows Fitch Ratings on April 9th, downgrading the credit rating for Cinemark over concerns that current theater closures amid the crisis will last until June at the earliest. Yeah, everybody keeps looking at June, like when summer comes, that this thing is magically going to disappear. And that's not going to be the case, including the theme parks. Movie theaters and theme parks may not open fully until later in the summer or even the fall. Look at what's going on overseas. They're slowly opening things up, but people are wearing masks. They're limiting capacity. They actually opened the theaters up in China, I think, and then they closed them back down again. And most of the movies are being pushed back to next year. Again, how many theaters are going to be open by this time next year? That was followed on April 13th by Moody's Investor Service, also downgrading Cinemark's credit rating to B2 from B1 with a negative outlook over a likelihood that leverage will remain elevated above the mid 3 times range over the next 2 years, given the cinema industry's current operational challenges. Blah, blah, blah. The movie industry is fucked. That's what they're saying. It's screwed. It's completely screwed. Everybody's pushing their movies back. You're not allowed to go to theaters. You can't be in crowds. Theaters were having a hard enough time hanging on. And here we are. So now the question is somebody going to buy them out? Is there any value in having movie theater chains current year? I think there is. I think people are going to want to get out of the house and go see movies. But a lot of people might become more comfortable just watching movies at home. I think it was really interesting about Trolls World Tour, not that I have any interest in the movie itself, but the fact that they skipped the theaters completely and then the movie theater conglomerate or whatever was like, hey, we're going to remember this. We're going to punish you when we open back up. Well, it doesn't look like they're going to open back up, or at least a lot of them aren't going to open back up. So yeah, Cinemark might be the next to fold. So Disney is moving its movies. Soul has been pushed back to November. Now, Soul I actually was looking forward to. This looks like a Pixar movie to me. Onward, we still haven't seen it. It's on Disney Plus. I really don't have any desire to see it. Nobody in the house wants to see it because it didn't look like a Pixar movie. It looked like a DreamWorks movie. I was like, whatever. But they just pushed it back to November 20th. Raya is also being pushed back too. Raya is being pushed back till next year, March 12th. 2021. They're pushing everything back, and they're actually removing movies from their schedule. They're removing a live action movie from the schedule just to keep track of all the movies just Disney is moving around. This is the latest film schedule reshuffling from the House of Mouse in the midst of an ongoing pandemic and total crisis at Disney. Early on, Disney decided to delay releases of Mulan and the New Mutants and to release Onward on Disney Plus early. It was already a bomb. It didn't matter. Underperformed at the theater. They weren't going to lose anything. And then they moved Artemis Fowl to Disney Plus too. They don't mention that, I don't think, in this article, but Artemis Fowl is going direct to Disney Plus because I think they also know that one was gonna bomb. Later, the studio decided to delay Black Widow from April 3rd to November 6th, the date Eternals was supposed to open in. So Eternals has been moved back to February 12th, 2021, pushing Shang-Chi back to May 7th, 2021, which moved Doctor Strange in the Multiverse back to November 5th, and Thor: Love and Thunder back to 2022. So what the hell is going to happen with Phase 4 and Phase 5? I mean, at this point, we'd be lucky to see a new X-Men movie. I mean, I don't know how they're going to handle the New Mutants, if that is technically going to be MCU or if they're going to just, dump it and be done with it. But we won't see the X-Men proper in the MCU probably until like freaking 2030 at this point. It's crazy. Top Gun Maverick, which I was looking forward to, is being pushed back. Quiet Place 2, which Squid King was looking forward to, is being pushed back. James Bond's being pushed back. Wonder Woman's being pushed back. Everything. And then they halted production on Jurassic World 3, Batman and Matrix 4, and Fantastic Beasts 3. It's insane, guys. So here's the thing. Even when the theaters open, what are they going to play? Because all these movies are being pushed back. And will there be any movie theaters left to play movies? I mean, or are we going to see movie theaters go the way of arcades, where there may not be as many of them, but it's a more upscale boutique experience? I'm thinking like Dave and Buster's, but with movie theaters, maybe playing classic movies, featuring, either director's cuts or, having some other high-end bells and whistles to lure cinemaphiles to the theater. I think we could see that too, but the days of just like going to the matinee every weekend, they might be over. This could be the kiss of death absolutely for the theater business. And it's sad because it's the end of an era. Hopefully there can be a rebound. I do like going to the movies. It's one of the few things we actually do as a family anymore is go see movies, and that might be done. Like I said, most of the theaters around here are AMC. There's one locally owned theater, and we have a Dollar Theater, but I don't know if they're going to survive either. Dollar Theater might, because it's part of a community center. They might survive. But everything else, looks like it's toast. I don't know. It's bad. So I'm going to wrap this one up. Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, and we'll talk later. Hey guys, thanks for watching Clownfish TV. Please consider supporting the channel. Go to clownfishsupport.com. That's clownfishsupport.com. And if you want to join our community, go to clownfishtalk.com. That's clownfishtalk.com. Please subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. We will talk to you next time.